guys know what this load is, because I already told you. So pay attention. You guys are going 3,000 foot a second. I'm going to go one click left. Well, it
feels like you're getting punched in the face.
Got it again. I think I got it where it belongs. This time I flipped it up. It hit too. Hey boys, this is your favorite neighborhood friendly Lencac here. You kind of might say I'm outstanding in my field, huh? But you know what we're doing today. Got a little range test set up today. I'm going to ring out that new Arken scope on the Steyr, and we'll see how that goes. But as you can see, there's my paper victim today. And down yonder is the mighty 17-second Crown Vic. Pretty nice. Going to be a pretty nice day. It was cold this morning, but it's going to warm up nice. It's getting to be that time of year. But at any rate, guys, that's what we're doing, where we're at. And got everything set up, I think. So let's head back down range and see if we can't take some shots of the Steyr. Okay. And of course, on my previous video, you saw that I mounted this scope up onto my Steyr, the Arken scope that I just got. Same scope as I put on the Grunig. And so today we're going to do, I got to do a little bore sight on it, and then we're going to sling some rounds out of this thing. But I tell you, is that not a spectacular firearm right there or what? But anyways, generally you guys know the drill. I'm set up out there at 100 yards. I got to do a little bore sight on this thing and then see if we can't get to doing some shooting. So let's get rolling here. Well, my, look what followed me to the range also. That looks like the darn Grunig, doesn't it? What was that? What was that, Mr. Grunig? You want a piece of the Steyr? Holy moly. I don't know. We're going to see. The Steyr might be a little tough, but if anybody can get a piece of the Steyr, it would be you. Huh. That's an interesting little competition there. Maybe we ought to try that out. What do you think, guys? All right, guys. I'm getting ready to take my first shot with this thing since I put the scope on it. Looks pretty badass, huh? Hope it works as well as it looks. And I'm always in a conundrum because I got some GP11 here. I want to shoot out of it, but because of the wax ring on it and the cupro nickel jacket, I'm always wonder if it makes a difference whether I shoot these first or my copper jacketed hand loads. But because of the wax ring on it, I'm going to shoot the hand loads first, and then I'll give these a try after a bit. And anybody's got any different thoughts on that, let me know. I'd be curious to see what you guys think about it, because obviously I'm not going to clean the rifle between the hand loads and the GP11. But at any rate, I think this is what I think we're going to start off with for a first shot. I just bore sighted it. I think it should be on paper. We're going to find out here momentarily. But what I got here are 168 grain Nosler custom competitions on top of 49 grains of Vitivori N150. And these have CCI Magnum primers. And we have, it is, bullets are seated 30 thousandths off of the lands. For those of you that keep track of that sort of thing. So at any rate, guys, let's see what my first shot will do. All right. Wish me luck. And of course, I still the sun is right there. It's kind of still in my dang face, and I gotta take my sunglasses off because they don't see too well. They're polarized and all that. I use them for driving around, but they don't see all that well through the scope. So let me take that here. All right, this is my first shot out of this thing since I put the scope on it. So let's Center of the black chute and see is where I'm aiming. Let's see what kind of a job I did on doing a bore sight. And you probably want to remember to put your hearing protection on. Which I didn't do. That's alright, that ain't the first time that's happened. I don't know, looks like a fairly good load. Flatten the primer a little bit. Let me grab my hearing protection. Let's see where this thing ended up at. You know, I see it there. And all I can say is, who's the king of bi-eye bore sighting, right? That's a pretty good shot. That is an inch under the absolute orange bullseye. Huh, that's not too bad. Let's try one more. This time we're gonna put this sucker in the magazine. My $200 magazine. And I kind of gotta, because of the sun still being in my face, I kind of gotta take and... Much better when you put your hearing protection on. All right, take a look, see where that one went. And I have the scope set at, I don't know, roughly 11 power right now. So the power isn't up all that much. That shot is exactly vertical, perfect where the first one was, a little bit lower. I'm going to give it some elevation. I'm going to put it back to the 0 setting. My bore sight, I moved it down a little bit from my bi-eye bore sight. I'm looking at it now. And I put the upper turret back to 0 where it started from when I got it from the factory. So let's try this one. It's very possible this could be a very short range test. All right, take a look. Came up basically exactly as much as I moved the turret back. I'm going to put it back down. Put it back down 4 clicks. When I bore sighted, I clicked it up basically like, I think it was about 8 or 9 clicks. And so now we're kind of just getting it to a point where we're just refining it at this point. So let's see. I think it's right there. Take a look. So there you go. 4 shots in and it's already anticlimactic. I gave it one more click. One more clicky to the McLefty, I think. All right. I think I'm going to turn the power up a little bit. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, I think that one came down a little bit. Try another one here. The sun is really in my face still. All right. You know what I'm going to try? I've got 10 rounds left of Hornady 178 grain ELDX rounds. And they are loaded on top of 47 grains of Reloader 17. And these are likewise seeded 30 thousandths off the lands. And I have these marked as 2450 velocity. And my note here says that these are sub-MOA rounds out of this rifle. So, tell you what, we're going to take and we're going to go completely apeshit crazy. We're going to put 3 of them in the magazine. And these guys are loaded into, GP11 brass. I think I'm going to shoot at the 2 red dots underneath the black shooting seat. All right. See where that one went. Oh, I see it there. It's low. This round is low of the 168 grainers that I just shot. So that doesn't surprise me though. So I'm going to still continue to aim at the same spot, which is the 2 red dots underneath the black shooting seat. I have to go look. That one looks like the same hole. That is indeed, he looks like basically almost one hole. Let's try a third one here. Take a look. That one went a little bit, I mean, we're kind of splitting hairs here, but that one went a little bit high. So we're going to take and see if we can't try it again. Take a look. Well, there you go. That's pretty good. That one was pretty darn good. Let's see what that steel post looks like out there. I got out here early because I wanted to get my spot, which is usually here. I like setting up at the end so I could put my cameras up and stuff. But I'm inclined to let her roll for a little while here, let the sun get out of my face a little bit more, and then we'll throw some more rounds downrange, I think. I'm waiting for the sun to come up enough to expose the steel post down there so I can get a good shot of it with my camera when I'm shooting at it. So let's go down and check my target right now. All right, I think this is my very first shot off a bore sight. Let me see, my second shot, I did an elevation adjustment, came up here, and so we're right in there somewhere. And this is with the Hornady VLD X bullets, and that was pretty good. Had one get away, but there's 3 of them right there. So I don't know, that's pretty good. I think we're at a point now that we could take and try to just shoot some outright groups with it. So let's see how that goes, guys. Alright guys, I've kind of hung out for a little bit, let the sun get out of my face here a bit. Going to, let's try the left hand, two red dots on the left side of the black shoot and see. And these are the last of my 178 grain ELD-X's on top of 47 grains of Reloader 17. So let's see how I can do here. Take a look. Because of when I first sighted in, I sighted in with these 168 grain rounds. They shoot a bit higher. These 178 grainers are pretty docile. They only have a 2450 velocity, so they're shooting a bit low. And so we're 5 inches low from where my zero spot was with the 168 grains. I'm gonna move the turrets up for the other last 5 rounds and just be a good way to check the. So that's 5. That'd probably be, let's take it off 1 click. So I've put let's see, 19 clicks in it. And if you notice, I put my my palm rest thing on it so I can get it to return to the same place, but every time I shoot it, it throws the whole thing back now. But let's see how it works. Let's see if my elevation adjustment kicks in. Try that. I'm gonna get one of them red dots here. There you go. Upper red dot. Take a look. A little hard to see, but I think that's in the same spot, same red dot. That's a pretty good hit too. Just right off the edge of that red dot. All right, let's take a look. All right, guys, that's a pretty snappy. I think that's a pretty snappy group right there. Of course, I've shot these rounds out of this rifle before with the loophole scope I used to have on it, and they shot very well. like I say, my note here says sub-MOA, and it looks like that's the reality of it. But at any rate, I think we're getting to the point now where I should be able to start seeing the that nasty steel post out there. Might have to put the kibosh on it, you know what I mean? Well, and not to be outdone, the Grunig wanted to had something to say about this whole thing too. So, all right, what I got here, this is a little combination I have never tried before. I had a pound of Reloader 25 I still had from when I had my 338 Lapua Magnum, and worked very well on that. But I still got a pound of it, and it's just sitting there, and I wanted to, so I'm going to try some Reloader 25 out of the Grunig with 30-06 round. And so what I got here, these are Hornady 195 grain ELD match rounds, 60 grains of Reloader 25 CCI Magnum primer, and it looks like these guys are seated 15 1/1000ths off of the lands for those of you that keep track of that thing. So I'm just kind of curious to see how this, if this Reloader 25 works. I suppose I could set my chronograph up, but we'll see. I'm going to try the, between the two red dots on the right side of the black shoot and see. This thing has got an incredibly light trigger on it. I'm not going to make any adjustments to the scope at this point. I don't know if I'll, like I say, I don't know if this Reloader 25 is going to work or not. I just wanted to try and see what it felt like, see if it actually could shoot a group or not. Not too shabby. Like I said, I'm just not going to move the adjustments on the turrets. I just kind of want to make a comparison between the Grunig and the Steyr as far as groups. You know, being they both have the same scope on it now and all that stuff. I thought it'd be a fairly decent comparison. That's not too bad, considering this is a cold, clean barrel, or it was. God, this rifle is just so smooth, so slick. This is a badass rifle. All right, one last shot for a five round group. Very interesting. They both have shot pretty darn good groups just now. I'm going to head down range and we're going to size them up, and we're going to see who maybe is the champ for today. Well, there was my last shots with the Steyr at the target here. Of course, I only had 6 of those rounds left, and here I was kind of getting my bearings on it. I finally got it over to here, so there's 4 rounds right there for the Steyr. And then when I was trying the Grunig with the Reloader 25 powder, that's where it shot. Here's my point of aim here, so it obviously was shooting a little bit different where it was zeroed. But nevertheless, that's, I don't know. I wish I had one more round to put over here too to kind of see, but I don't know. I think this requires further investigation into which one shoots better, don't you think? All right, it shot those with the Reloader 25, pretty decent. If I brought my chronograph, I would have set it up. I'd be curious to see what kind of velocities I'm getting out of those. So I saved 5 of them. Next time I come out to the range, I'll shoot those over the chronograph and see what kind of velocities I get. It felt like it worked pretty well. But I'm gonna see if I can do my best to try to take down that nasty steel post down there. We all know how that is. But first, this is what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to shoot now is, these are 175 grain Sierra Match Kings. And this is a powder I've never used before because it's the only thing I could find at the time. IMR 4451. It's supposed to be the same as 4350. It's just a Enderon powder or something. CCI Magnum primers, Lake City match brass. And these are loaded 10 thousandths off the lands. So let's take a shot with one of these things, just out of curiosity. Like I say, this combination I've never tried before out of the Grunig. So let's see. Right now my downrange camera is pointed at the post because I was going to shoot at it, but I wanted to get a couple of these rounds in to get it to see where they're going before I start slinging rounds at the post. I need to go right a little bit. Let's see. I think the steel post is going to have a little bit of a problem here. Now if you notice, that steel post is getting hacked right underneath where the horizontal part meets it. So let's see if I can expedite that a little bit. I hit something. I don't know what exactly, but I hit something. I saw a rock moving around out there after a shot. I don't know what that was. Try it again. Hit that thing again. Take one more shot with the Grunig at it. And then I think we'll put the Steyr back up. Oh yeah. Fuck, don't fear the Grunig. That's pretty good hits right there. All right, let's see. I'm going to put you back to 0 for the for these 168 grain rounds I was shooting to sight it in with. We're going to see if we can't put a hurting. See if we can't put a hurting on that steel post down there. Boy, the optics are good and clear on these scopes. I'll give them that. You know, I know they say that's not high-end glass and all that shit, but tell you what, for the money, nobody's got anything to complain about on these. That'd be a hit. beat the shit out of the post. Shot a couple of pretty darn good groups. Hope it was as good for you as it was for me. This is Lencac, today's range test. I hope you enjoyed it. And I know I did. It was always good to get out to the range, isn't it? Beautiful day out. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks all for watching. And this is Lencac over and out.